Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. This is week 219 update. Better late than never, right? Sorry guys, I didn't get that update out to you on Friday, but I'm getting it up now and we're gonna talk about how I'm doing, how my week has been going. Also, we're gonna talk about comparison because man, do I think a lot of us struggle with comparing ourselves to others. So let's get into it now. Alright guys, if you are new to my channel, welcome! I'm the incredible shrinking Steffi. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, be a part of my journey, and allow me to be a part of yours. This channel is my journey to lose a total of 200 pounds from my highest weight of 374. I have lived as an obese person my entire life ever since I was a little girl, and so really figuring this out, the mental part of this journey, is really what my channel is all about. I started my channel 4 years ago to hold myself accountable, but also to inspire all of you to get healthy with me. We talk about the real truth of a weight loss journey and how hard it truly is. So if you want to be a part of that, I would love for you to subscribe. Also, I have a support group on Facebook, The Shrinkables. Come join us over there. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. All of that is down below. All right, guys, so we are doing the Walktober challenge. Woohoo! I hope you guys are crushing your step goals. I have something to tell you in regards to my goals, but a lot of you have entered into the Walktober challenge giveaway, which I am super excited about, guys. I will be giving away a Hume Health Body Pod. If you didn't check it out, check out my latest video talking about the giveaway and exactly what it is that you'll be getting, the rules of the giveaway, how to enter, super easy, and what to do moving forward. It's just about pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves and really doing the best that we can. And I love that a lot of you did enter into this giveaway. I will be picking a random winner on the 1st of November. Remember guys, you do have to send me that follow-up email on the 31st, just letting me know what your progress was for the month, whether you met your goals, whether you didn't, whether you just did the best you can. Let me know in that email and you will be officially entered into the giveaway, and I will be choosing a winner on the 1st of November, which I am so excited about, guys. This thing is so freaking cool. The Hume Health Body Pod. Check it out. It's going to give you so much information about what your body is doing, where that weight is coming from, and yeah, it's just, oh, super awesome. So again, I have the sunlight coming in from outside, in and out. The sun is behind the clouds, out of the clouds, so the lighting is going to be all messed up again in this video, but hopefully we don't have to be distracted by that. So we're going to keep on walking, but as far as me and my goals, something happened to my ankle. I have no idea. I have no idea what happened, but I've been doing a lot of hiking and a lot of walking recently, obviously, because we're just trying to crush our goals here, and something happened to my left ankle as I'm walking. If I turn it a certain way, there's this shooting pain that goes up my entire ankle. Like, it's not a good feeling. And if I just kind of like twist it a certain way, stretch it out, you know, take some pressure off of it, it kind of goes away. But then as I continue to walk more, I feel it, and it's just so frustrating because I love to hike and it's really getting in the way of that. So trying to figure it out. I did put a brace on it last night just to stabilize it and see if that makes a difference. We're gonna wrap it up tonight, and yeah, of course, right? The Walktober challenge. Of course I would have issues with my ankle, but I'm just gonna do the best I can. Not sure if I'm gonna get to my steps this month that I wanted to just because of this ankle issue, but you know what? I'm gonna do the best I can, and that is good enough. All right, guys, so let's get into the message for the video, which is comparison. Raise your hand if you struggle with this as well. All my life, I have struggled with comparing myself to others and wishing I had, you know, the luxury of being able to eat what I want and not gaining a pound, you know, being normal. And I've done that my whole life. I've constantly compared myself. And then even when I'm on a weight loss journey, I compare myself to other people, like, oh, okay, well, I want that to work for me. That's working for her, so that needs to work for me too. And I think it's really super important to look at others and be motivated by that, you know, be inspired by their success. Absolutely, that's what we should be doing, because all of us should be empowering each other to just get healthy and become the healthiest versions of ourselves. So looking to others, having that support and that encouragement is so important. But I think we get stuck in the comparison trap. And that is exactly what happened to me this past summer. So I reached a point where I was kind of just exhausted. I was tired. Like I've been on this journey for 4 years now, and I've had a lot of success. I've had a lot of setbacks, and I just got to a point where it was like, oh, I just want to be normal. I just want to be normal. Well, what is normal? There is no normal, right? Because we are all so different. All of us are different, and we all have our own journeys. We all have something specifically that's going to work for us. But sometimes I just think, like, I just want to be normal. You know the normal that I'm talking about. That is what I did this past summer. I told you guys that I was going to try and maintain my weight, which I did. I am so super excited that I was able to maintain my weight. Because that is a huge accomplishment, I set some goals this year. I tackled a lot of demons this year. I tackled my drinking problem, and that's a big deal. When you stop a bad habit, if you're so used to having bad habits, you're going to switch to another bad habit. And that's exactly what I struggled with. When I stopped drinking at night, I would want to eat at night. And so the old Steffi would have gained all of her weight back. And I didn't do that. And looking back on that, it's like, wow, I have changed. This is important to me. Yeah, I did gain some weight back, but it was about 15 pounds this year that I gained back. The old Steffi would have gained so much more, maybe all of her weight back. That was what I did. That was my history. I would always do that. I would come up against this obstacle in my life, and then I would just give up. And I'd be like, okay, I know I've had all this progress. Oh, well, it's too hard. I'm just going to give up. Food's going to make me feel better. It's going to be my comfort, and I'll just try again some other time. I know I can do it, so why not just try again some other time? My history. This year, I did not do that, and that is an accomplishment for me. That is something that I can look back on and be like, all right, yeah, I did gain some weight this year, but that's okay, because you tackled a lot of stuff. You overcame a lot of stuff, And so I'm proud of that. I am so proud of that. But I reached a point this summer where I was just like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted of just fighting off this addiction all the time and trying. And I reached a point where it's like, I want to be normal. And so there are a couple people in my life right now that I have been comparing myself to them, and I've been comparing my journey with theirs. And one of them is my girl Pubic. I've mentioned her quite a few times. She has had amazing success on her journey. She is truly inspirational, and she has come so far. We're different people though. So looking at her journey and everything that's been working for her, I was like, I want that to work for me, and a lot of parts can, of course it can, and I can be inspired by her, and I can look at her journey and want that kind of success, but I have to do it in a way that's going to work for me. We're different people. I struggle with addiction bad. Oh, that lighting is really bad. I struggle with addiction really bad. And sometimes I can control it. There's moments where it's like, okay, well, I can have a little bit of my trigger foods and I'll be okay. I think it does trigger me inside, oh, I want more, of course. Every single time I taste anything, I'm going to want more. But sometimes I can control it. A lot of times I can control it and be like, okay, well, no more, fight it off, fight. And I think that's why I got so tired of it. And so I wanted to experiment this past summer with trying something different. And I tried it for a few months, and honestly, it was really cool to be able to maintain my weight. I'm pretty proud of that. And when I say maintain my weight though, I would kind of lose control, and then I would gain a bunch of water weight, and then I would do something to lose that water weight. So it was still kind of that yo-yo dieting, which really, is that maintenance? I mean, is that what maintenance life is going to look like for me? I hope not. I hope it's not. So it's something I have to figure out, you know, like I haven't figured all of this out yet, guys. You know, I'm here to figure it out with you, take you along my journey with me. And so I tried it. I tried it. And I wanted so badly to be able to eat. Okay, so she's someone who, she loves food. She absolutely loves food. She loves to eat. She loves to fuel her body. She loves to feed her body. But she works out, and she increased her metabolism. Her body is working for her instead of against her. And she's eating what her body needs, but keeping herself in a calorie deficit most of the time. But then focusing on protein. And so that's what I wanted to do, you know? And so I was like, oh, well, I need to get at least 130 grams of protein every day. And so that's what I was focusing on, was just cramming in that protein. Well, I wasn't losing weight. Even throughout the times that I was working out, I was doing great, I was eating clean, and I was getting a lot of protein in, and my weight was stalling. Like it just wasn't moving. And sometimes even gaining. Sometimes I would even gain. And so I was like, okay, what is going on here, you know? Honestly, guys, I forgot who I was. I forgot what worked for me. I forgot how I was successful. And I think I just wanted to try something new. I wanted to see if this was going to work for me. And it didn't work for me. And it all came back to me. It's like I had gastric bypass surgery. I can't eat that much. I can't. I will gain weight. I will stall. After I had weight loss surgery, the rule was to have 60 to 80 grams of protein every single day, which will prevent you from losing muscle as you're losing weight. And that's a rule. Maybe it's just for, you know, weight loss surgery patients. Maybe that's just what's going to work for us. And I forgot I still have that tool working for me today. So if I try to be that person that I used to be a long time ago, when I was losing weight, when I was working out, and I was, you know, increasing my metabolism and building muscle, and I was getting a lot of protein in and a lot of calories, well, that was before I had weight loss surgery. Now, that doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. And so I had to take a step back and like, okay, I need to stop trying to be other people. I need to remember who I am, what works for me. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that I was all over the place, that I was kind of just confused and really trying to figure this out. But I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did, because we need to experiment sometimes. We need to learn more about ourselves, what's going to work and what's not. And I certainly did that. And so when I kind of came back from that, I was like, okay, I need to do what works for me. What works for me? Low carb lifestyle works for me. Being in a calorie deficit works for me. Getting 60 to 80 grams of protein in every single day works for me. Eating cleaner ingredients works for me. Whole foods, adding those veggies in, but keeping it low carb. That is what works for me. As far as weight loss, that's how I lose weight. That's how I'm successful. And I'm so glad I tried it another way, because I could see that I could maintain my weight. You know, there is a way to maintain my weight. I definitely need to stay away from trigger foods though. I do know that. And just be super cautious when it comes to that. I think that's just something I'm gonna have to live with for the rest of my life. But I can be strong enough to do that. I know that I can. Look how far that I've come, right? Like, we can do this. We can do anything we set our minds to. And that's exactly what we have to do. We have to get our minds right. We have to get that mindset in order for us to be successful with this. Also, I've been talking about the scale and staying away from the scale, not letting it distract me, because it was distracting me, because here I was working out. I was cramming that protein in, but my weight was stalling. It wasn't moving. Well, that's because that doesn't work for me, right? So I realized I need to be on the scale, because the scale has also worked for me this entire journey. It has been a huge motivator for me. Can it discourage me? Absolutely. I think it can discourage all of us, but if we have that mindset right, we know what to do, we know what's working, we know how to be successful, then we can focus on that. But I need to see that number because it's way too easy for me to make excuses. Because it's like, oh, well, if I'm not weighing in, I don't have to see that number. Well, let me just grab a little something, something that's going to taste really good. I don't have to see the number tomorrow morning, so who cares? It's too much of a slippery slope for me. And it's very easy for me to make excuses when I don't have accountability. And that scale is accountability for me. So October 1st is when I got serious. I actually weighed in on October 2nd though. And that's when I really started tracking my weight again. So right before October, I had that mindset, well, oh, I'm starting a new journey. We're doing the Walktober challenge. We're getting serious. I wanted to do an egg fast just to remove any bloat. So had a day of, let's eat what we want. Let's enjoy all the yummy foods. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating that I still have that mindset once in a while, you know, like, oh, I'm going on vacation, so I'm just gonna eat what I want because when I come back, I'm getting back on track, so it doesn't matter what I do right now. I hate it. I hate that mindset. But anyway, I had it again. And so let's take a look at what my weight has looked like. I actually started at 233 at the beginning of October, did an egg fast, and it just took all of the water weight off. I mean, just huge. I actually got down to 220. So I lost another 13 pounds because, hello, water weight, you know? My friend Callie said, wow, you're so good at losing weight. Yeah, well, I'm really good at gaining weight too. So as long as we know how to get back on track and we know how to fix it, we know how to come back, right? Because the comeback is always greater than the setback. We have to remember that. The comeback is always greater than the setback. And so if we know how to do that, we know what to do to come back, that is what matters. That's what I'm keeping in my head. I'm not a failure for having some binge moments. I'm human. This is what I struggle with. This is my life. This is my life. These are my struggles. This is what I've grown up with. You know, these are just deep internal struggles that I'm working out. And so I need to remember that. I need to stop beating myself up for it and focus on the comeback. Focus on what to do to come back from those mistakes. And so I did. I got down to 220, but for my final weigh-in on Friday, I was 222.0. So lost a bunch of weight, lost 11 pounds, actually lost 13 during that week, but it kind of levels out, balances out after an egg fast. And that's exactly what it did. So final weigh-in was 222.0 last week. So I'm happy with that. I planned a trip to Texas coming up in January to see my girl Callie, and I'm super excited to get together with her and just have a vacation and just have some girl time and just get away. But my goal is to get to Wonderland by then. So it's the beginning of January. I have a few months. And even if I don't make it, I want to be as close as I possibly can, right? Like, just let's set goals. Let's just try to do this. Let's remember what works for us. Stop looking at other people. Stop comparing yourself to other people. If you're going to look at others, just let them inspire you. Don't wish you had what they had. Don't compare yourself to them. You are enough. You are enough just as you are, and you need to figure out what is going to work for you, how you're going to be successful, you know? Take what they're doing and then tweak it to make it work for you. That is what we have to do, and we have to do that by experimenting, right? We have to experiment to see what's going to work for us. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. That is okay. It doesn't mean we failed. It means we discovered something that doesn't work, right? So we have to just keep moving forward. We have to figure out how we work. Because each and every one of us is an individual. We are all different. We are all so different. And I think we just need to come together, encourage each other, support each other, empower each other, figure out what's going to work for us, and then just keep moving forward together. And that is what is important. That is what's going to work for us. So comment below, guys, if you struggle with comparison as well. I think I have been comparing myself to others ever since I had a brain. Okay, maybe not that young, but I mean, for a very, very long time, my entire life. I mean, I lived my entire life as an obese person. I was the fat girl, you know, growing up, and that's who I was. That was my identity. That's the only thing I felt like I was, the fat girl. And that's just so sad. And so I would look at other kids in my class and I would just compare myself to them, and I would wish so badly that I could be skinny like them, or just not as big as I was. You know, sitting in those desks that were attached, you know, it had the desk and the chair attached together. I'd have to squeeze in there, squeeze my big body in there. I would look at other girls who would just sit so nicely right on the seat, you know, with their little butts just fitting perfectly on that seat. And the left part of mine would be hanging off of the seat. And I'd have to like sit sideways to make it look like, oh, well, I'm meaning to do that. You know, just little things like that. And, what does that say about us though? Like, how does that affect us and our mentality and our self-image, our self-worth? You know, if we're constantly looking at other people, wishing that we had what they had, we are completely ignoring everything that we are, as we are, how we were created, who we are. You know, sure, there are some things that we can change, and if it's a good change, you know, it's for the better, it's to make us healthier and happier, then absolutely. We work every day on those changes. You know, every day we try to be better than we were. But if there are changes that you can't change, it's the way that God made you, that's who you are, embrace it. Embrace it, because God doesn't make mistakes. He made you exactly the way that you are. And we need to love ourselves right where we're at, because we're worth it. We are absolutely worth it. All right, guys, if you're still watching right now, I want you to comment down below, I am worth it. Because we are so worth it. We are so worth the hard work. We're so worth figuring things out for ourselves. We're so worth it. And we only get one short life to do this. And if we're not doing anything about it, we're just wasting time. That's all we're doing. And I refuse to waste time. I wasted enough time my whole life. I refuse to waste any more. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and join my support group on Facebook. I will see you guys at the next video. Stay safe and choose health. Bye, guys.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.